Hello, hello. We're now live on YouTube, or at least meeting streaming live on YouTube. Here we go. We have a link. So, hello everyone, and welcome to the Captain Future Show. Today I'm going to talk about the 7 cents and just give it some time. I will set things up here so I can get a link of my live stream here. I will share this link. And I will test Restream here as well. We're testing different tools and stuff here, so I'm going to test Restream. Let's see if this works. I don't know how this works. It doesn't seem to work. Live studio. Restreaming. Living in the age of networks and stuff. Well, I'll just go live in the studio here using camera. It doesn't seem to work. Just let's share it on my Facebook then. Live here. So here we are. We'll see if someone joins in. So this is the 7 cents. As usual, it's all mirrored. I had to have a re-mirrored book that I can put up if you can't read mirrored text. So this is a book I read soon 4 years ago in 2016. Joshua Cooper Ramo, Power, Fortitude, and Survival in the Age of Networks. And this is like something I've been interested in a long time. So it's a book that resonates very well with me. Seth Godin calls this connection economy, and I've been a big fan of internet and cyberpunk and William Gibson and Ghost in the Shell from 94, 95, something like that. So for me, I've always been interested in what happens on the net and in networks effects. So when a book like this came out, when you adds the understanding of what it is to be connected to everything in a network society, everything becomes even more interesting. So let's see. I will read you there's many definition, but there's a short one that said the 7 senses is the feeling for the interconnectedness of all things. That's the simplest definition, what he called the 7 senses. I came up, Joshua Cooper came up with this when he said we need to understand what is it when we start connecting things up on a global scale through internet mostly, but also humans to humans. There's also a network effect. But what happens when we connect humans to humans, humans to internet, internet to internet and stuff? We build enmeshed networks we have all over the globe, and also the global supply chains that we've been having for at least 700-800 years, with trade caravans and later fleet trading all over the world. So that gave rise to the Black Plague 800 years ago that devastated most of the world, and Europe in particular. We have lots of data of Europe. That's we know why Europe was so devastated. So that's why that is. So what happens from everything onward since that? So the history is this that Joshua Cooper spent some time in China, and for a serendipitous random event, he found himself in the same room as Master Nan, a philosopher leader that helped bring about the change we see in China today. He was living in in hiding from the 50s during the whole Chinese communist era, Mao and everything, but then came back into public light in the 90s when China started to open up to the world and started teaching people Chinese philosophy. So, and he started a lot of this. I will go and say many of the old Chinese leaders seems to be, apart from being a good leader, they seem to be very good at art, they seem to be good at philosophy, they seem to be good at poetry, they seem to be good at scribing and everything. So how can a leader master all these things while at the same time leading a country? And Master Nansen that they didn't master 5 different skills or more than that. They just mastered one skill, and that's what Joshua Cooper then translated to the 7th sense, the interconnectedness of all things. So if you just master one thing, you understand, you can apply that to everything. And I don't know if it's true or not, but there's certainly, I don't know many people researching this, but the closest person I've come in contact with researching networks effect is Fort Bertola. Let's see if he can come online here during this hour. I'm going to talk about 7th sense later tonight. I'm also going to Rehan's going to come online, maybe some other guests, and I'm going to talk to some books and post, and then Captain Future Show later tonight going to host James and some of his network in the US. And let's see who had I invite random people from my messenger groups and Facebook groups and stuff like that, and see who wants to join to talk about current topics in this crazy crisis time we're living in, that Thomas Björkman calls the meta crisis. So the corona crisis is just one of several hundred crises, all connected to what he called the meta crisis. That is the failing of us humans to switch, the urgent crisis for us, for whole of humanity, to understand all systems we're interconnected with, ecosystems, economical systems, social systems, societal systems, and so on, and understand that both understand each system and also understand so all systems are a bit connected between them, and it goes hand in hand to what Joshua calls the 7th sense. So that's why I'm so fascinated that I hosted some workshops around this. I've several workshops. I hosted some keynote talks around this, and I've done what I call future lunches, where I have this on subject to understand the network society, or Seth Godin calls it the connection economy. Also a big fan of Seth Godin. We'll go into that later tonight. And there's another fantastic quote in this book. I've read it like 4 times at least, and the ending I've read like at least 20 times. Fantastic ending in this book. And it said, and there's a fantastic quote where he says, societies snap when bent for forces which they are not prepared. So societies snap when bent by forces for which they are not prepared. And that's what's just happening right now. We were prepared for the corona crisis. There were some people knowing this since December. Jim Rutt is a fantastic, if you check out the Jim Rutt show with Jordan Hall and also another guy, you will see that we know about they know about the corona crisis being a possible pandemic since then, but no one took action. No one pressed the button. There was no call to action. The failure of leadership, we will call that. And why is that? Why did we snap under this force that we didn't understand? Because we don't understand the connectedness of this is like, if this is not an internet thing, this is a physical connection of people traveling over the world, and also global supply chains of products and food all over the world as well, that people travel along, but also the airline travels and the business travels all over the world, and the tourist travels to the Alps, to the Italian, where the Italian was already infected with corona. Why couldn't we see this clearly? I certainly could. So why couldn't our leaders do this? Why isn't they trained in what he calls the 7th sense? This isn't the only name we should use with, but the only name I know of right now to use for this. But as the title suggests in this talk, I can also talk about the VUCA world. So that's another way to see it. So VUCA means volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. Let's see. We have a guest here. In what calls the seventh sense. This is the only name we, but the only name I know of. Hello, Rabela. You have to put on your headphones. But as the title.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
You have your headphones on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just.
Oh, the windows blows open here. Let's see if we join Rabida. So, yes, I will go on into VUCA after I joined up with Rabida here. So. Are you coming? I have to mute you. So volatile, uncertain, ambiguous, and complex. To brief you, you can Google it and you get to a Wikipedia page where there's a short explanation. This is a term they came up with during the 80s, and that then the US military adopted to explain the world we live in. So the very short explanation of this, I'll read it to you. Volatile, the nature and dynamics of change and the nature and speed of change forces and change catalyst. Uncertain, the lack of predictability, the prospects of surprise, and a sense of awareness, understanding of issues and events. Complexity, a multiplex of forces, the confounding of issues, non-cause and effect chain, and confusion that surrounds organization. And ambiguity, the haziness of reality, the potential of misreads, and the mixed meanings of conditions, cause and effects confusion. So it's, yeah, if you don't ever get any smarter by even reading this explanation of this. So, but this is like the world we live in, and it's been amplified and accelerated, no thanks to social media and internet as well, and also the global supply chain. So the speed of change is speeding up in the world, the speed of innovation, exponential technology taking place everywhere. So nobody understands what's going on everywhere in the world at the same time. There's so much going on in the world now, so it's impossible to keep track on it all. And that's why we need collective intelligence and mind models like VUCA to keep track what's going on. So let's see if are you ready, Rabil?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is my talk about the network society, and you're an internet person who try to navigate in the complex internet with your live streams and interviews with people all over the world. So what do you think about the risks and the opportunities in a world connected on a global level?
Okay. First, I want to thank you so much. I just saw a post that you were like, there was an invitation, and that I just joined.
Yeah.
So my name is Rabia Nasir Mahmood. I am from Multan, Pakistan. About the topic, I just want to say that if I see that the opportunities, then there are tons of opportunities. In case of building networks, you meet different people. There are a lot of opportunities, and as well, like there are bad impacts as well if we see that on the social media. So I just want to say, just want to give three opportunities that I feel and the three things that need to be improved when somebody is in the social media. So number one opportunity is that, like, the thing is that, like, I am from Asia and you are there from Sweden and other part of the world, and we are connected easily, and we can speak to different types and different the people who have different types, different religion, different thinking, like everything. You can connect to different kind of people,
Mm,
and you can learn from them, you can listen to them, and you can build your network with them, or you can eventually you can be friend with them, you know. So it's number one what I feel while working on there, and taking live interview. I am not very fast the way you are speaking, but I can give my point slowly. Is it okay? You
yeah, yeah,
do you
sure,
have
sure.
time?
Yeah, yeah, sure. I
Okay,
have a full hour here
okay,
talking about the network society, so I'll get your inputs and see if someone else joins in.
okay. Let me give my input and then I will go
Mm,
and then you will join other
yeah.
input. So one, one thing that I feel that we can connect different kind of people,
Mm,
which give us opportunities to build our networks and evolve as a friend as well, evolve as a human being as well. And number two, what I feel is that when you are working and when you are growing, you are inspiring as well the community that you are in, you know. The
yeah.
people that I know for long, the people who are interviewing like me, and whenever I saw them live, I feel motivation, inspiration that this person is doing something in their life, you know. And there are a lot of people who just need a little steps, not bigger steps. They just need a little steps, and every day if you take that step every day, it motivates or
Mm,
inspire other people. And they, when they see you walking, they feel, oh, that's great, my friends or this person or this that lady is growing in that way. And they commenting, they are feedback, giving feedback to you. Okay, keep moving, keep rising, keep, like, different kind of feedback you get. Some of them are good, or some of them bad. uh, um, about bad I will talk later on the after counting the opportunities. And the number three thing is that what I feel is that when you are growing in that social media kind of circle, then you see your own self is growing with the things that you are doing. You are not the same people when you started this journey. Now you are growing and evolving with the people you met.
yeah,
Now it depends on you that how kind of people you are getting friends with you, or you choose by intention, you know. We people need every kind of people. We should not specify uh, or put people in the boxes, you know. We should not think in that way. These are good people, they should be my friend. These are bad people, they should go away. So we should not think in that way. When I started my journey being uh, to interview people, I always think that the people who loves you, who become friend with you, they are the people who are always available to you. They will always support you. So you are not putting any effort to become their friend, or they become your friend. You are not putting their effort. You just do good something and they come into your life and just supporting, and because they are positive, they are optimistic people, we can say. And the people who criticize you, the people who say something negative, you feel that they are saying negative,
yeah,
and sometimes like they are saying negative, they are the real blessing actually. Why? Because they came in our life, they will help us to grow more, or we can help us to give them support. Why they people are feeling like that, why the people are thinking like that if they are not giving a positive remarks to you. So they are the people who are actually blessing, not those people. They are always available who are positive. So in the journey of opportunities, or in the journey of social media connection, you will learn and grow, and you will happy by that the person you become on the way, you will not you are still exploring yourself, you are still looking into your inward,
mm,
but it will make you a good person. And you, when you miscommit, like if I talk about myself, when I say people and I will not on time, like I am also the witness, or the observer by myself as well. So when you are communicating, and like you, Celine, you see that when I started, I interviewed you, I think in 2006, in 2018, my
yeah,
first interview I took. And then I interviewed you two more times, the person that I interview at that time, I feel like, and you also feel that, um, we are changing, we are evolving, and
yeah,
we are
yeah,
changing. We are not the person that we met earlier, on internet.
yeah, exactly.
So if I count the opportunities, then I will give you many. Because, and before that, before I talk about all the opportunities, I just want to say that how you see the word, that is the important. If you see the word that there is a lot of beauty in it, if you see the word there are a lot of beauty in people, then you can create, and you can take any tool. Social media is tool for me. God give me this platform that I can say my words. Or what my prayer is that, God, if you give me anything, like, I just want this from you, that you represent through me. You came and your colors represent through me. So this was my prayer always. But I just want to say, the people who will listen to me, I am from, like, South Asia. I am a South Asian girl. And I am, if you search my
Mm,
city, people think that this city is evolving and not very developed, and they feel great when they listen to me, and I also feel great. So no, nothing, like, every platform counts, every city counts, every word counts. So wherever you are and you get the chance to speak up, you are enlightening the lights in lot of hearts. So
ah,
don't yeah, so don't underestimate that. So you have the full power. So there are some popes, even one person who is listening to you, you are important to that person, because they are, one person is listening to you, then two, and then circle will grow. You have seen that my circle just grows up from 1400 friends, from 1500 friends, from my followers to 17,000 friends now. But it doesn't mean that some people are coming and just clicking on your follow button. This is not the thing. When people came in your life and they are just following you because of your work, or something they like about you, or something they don't like about you, but they just come and they just connect to you, it means that now you have, like, also a one soul that came into your life. Just pray that you can inspire them. And yes, what I feel is that, there are two parts of the human beings. What We are souls as well, but there are, what one is thinking, and one is feeling. So we should not negate our feelings. Feelings are very important, very delicate. Some people say that we should not we
mm,
should not we should not if we should always look brave, and we say that everything is okay. I don't feel that. I don't believe in that philosophy. We are humans, we have delicate feelings, and we have shared our own true self to the people, that this is what I am feeling. And then, because they are also human, and they will connect to you, rather you always be strong, because you are there are a lot of followers of you, and
mm,
people are looking to you, and you have the responsibility to show that you are more courage to them. No, people will love you if you are true to your emotions. If you feel sad, you have to share the people. Give importance to feeling sectors as well, your
mm,
feeling sectors as well, as you give to your thinking. So these are the two things. Like, you have to create balance, and you have to take it with you if you are on your journey. So these are the opportunities. See opportunities, I told you, no, the drawbacks of the social connection. Actually, the drawbacks is also the, if we see it in the positive sense, then it will help us, But the drawback is that when we are not aware why we are here, why we are using that tool, this will create a bad like impact on your journey and on the community in which you are. The second bad, I hope that I am not too boring.
No, no, no. It's very interesting to hear your point of view of this. This is why I do this, to hear people different points of view of how the world works. So
Okay,
mm,
so one is that, like, one drawback is that, like, when you are not aware why you are here and why
mm,
what you are doing with that tool, then
mm,
you can create like bad impact, a um, um, bad outcome. You can the drawback is that, like, people just came and just shout out and just say negativity or negative words.
yeah,
Some people who are like there are some people who are not so ready to take that feedback or to take that negativity and transform it and give the positive response. So the bad thing is that, like, the social media is quick. You can
yeah.
take the good or negative response at the same time, and thirdly, how I see is that, firstly, thirdly, what drawback it is. Thirdly, there are a lot of people, like, nowadays, according to current scenario, when there are a lot of people and we just connected through this internet connection. So I think that we have to be more focused to our journeys, rather what's happening and creating that hype, you know
Yeah.
when I and the other thing that is that drawback what I see in the people is that they just add people be as their friends, and after some while they just post on their timelines, like, we now I am unfriending my friends because I have too many, like, gatherings there, but
Mm.
I feel is that there are a lot of people who are not
We lost you. We lost me. Hello? Are we live or are you disappearing? I think we lost you there, Abida. Am I still live? I don't know what's going on here. I think, yeah, we lost you, Rabida. I'm still live. Yeah, we lost her. Mm. So the important thing is here that you become what you're connected to, and that goes for your friends. You become, there's an old quote that says, you become of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And you also become what you're connected to, and that comes back to the 7th sense, because everything you're connected to affects you back. And that is what we evolutionary leaders call ontological design, that everything I do in the world affects the world, and everything I experience and put in contact with affects me back. So I design the world and the world designs me back. That's called ontological design. I know Jason Silva has some good spoof about that. So if you uh, um, check out Google Jason Silva and ontological design, you find some good videos around that. So let's see.
Hello.
Hello, you're connected again.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, but I
Mm,
just want to complete what I have said. Like,
mm.
I feel that I should complete that and then I will go.
Yeah.
So can I complete it? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So I just was saying, so I just was saying that the third thing that I feel is that like you should not add in that way, like unconsciously and mindlessly or mindful. What is it? Okay, unconsciously, like the way like you just add the friends and keep them, and then you just unfriended it because they are not commenting and they are not responding. Don't do that. People like people have feelings, and they we if I do if somebody do it with me, I feel bad about that. Why do you make me friend firstly, so at the end you want to disconnect with me or unfriend with me? Okay, so we have to set why we are doing the work here, like if I give you my example, like I feel that I want to add somebody in, like as in my friend circle, from if I feel that I learn from them, or I feel that there are somebody who can learn from me. So if you do in that way, like you can not get rid of uh, the friends who are not commenting or who are not engaging, you know. So the third thing that I feel is that was the thing that you are not doing in that way, where you make people feel bad. So according, if I wrap up, like if I conclude,
Yeah.
the three, then the opportunities, there are a lot of opportunities, and if you talk to lot other people, they will also tell you that there are a lot of opportunities. This is the best platform, and you are the one who is listening to me. If you have the opportunity to speak or somebody asks your opinion, it means that it matters. So utilize every stage, every platform, and create something good through that. And if you start working, people just connecting to you. And you should not wait that you have some bigger platform or bigger things, then you start working. When you have something good and when things are perfect,
Mm.
then you should do working.
Yeah,
You should
you
do
start.
something.
Yeah, do something and start connecting right away. Don't wait around. So, and I know both of you are friends of Rian as well. He's going to join us later tonight and talk more about the importance of connecting, especially now in times of quarantine and lockdowns all over the globe. So it's very important to start doing and connecting and speak your mind. And I was also big. I mentioned Seth Godin before in this video. I'm a big uh, fan of Seth Godin and his mindset. Just start doing and share your work. Tell people what you
And
do
you are
and
also the fan.
continue to tell people what you do until you become so good at this that people finally understand what you do. So just continue to tell people about your work and what you do.
Okay, yeah, I am also agree with that.
Mm.
Like, and I am so happy for you, Leon, that you have started this life journey and you are doing
Mm.
it so great, and it feels that you are doing it very professionally. So you are doing
Yeah.
this great.
Mm.
Yes, really.
Yeah.
And I hope that within 1 month you will rock. Like
Yeah.
you will connected to a lot of people, and because your starting is very good.
Mm. Thank you.
So yes, so wish you best of luck
Yeah.
and for your future interviews.
Yeah.
And yes, and I also want to thank you so much, Rehan bhai, because of him. Like maybe I was that kind of person. Like
Mm.
before meeting Rehan bhai, Rehan Lawala, I
Mm.
have some friends from foreign countries and I have conversations with them. But after meeting them, like after meeting Rehan, I my friend circle just grew up.
Yeah.
It gives me a chance to explore myself more, and I am still like on the journey towards my dream, and I have bigger ones. But I feel that I am able to do that, and my dreams will come true,
Yeah.
no matter
Uh,
how
yeah.
bigger they are.
You just keep on doing what you do and keep on connecting and talking about your things. You will come where you're supposed to be.
Yes,
Yeah. Thank you for
inshallah.
being with us. How do you pronounce your names? I don't mispronounce it. I think
You can call me Rabia
Rabia, yeah,
or Rabel.
or Rabi, yeah.
Yes,
Mm,
Rabel.
Rabil, yeah.
This is my nickname, Rabel.
Yeah, it's a nickname, Rabia or Rabil, yeah. Yeah, great having
Rabia
you
is
with
my
you.
name,
Yeah,
or Rabel is my nickname.
yeah.
So thank you so much, Leon. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Let's see if we.
Okay, this one. This is the.
Yeah. So coming back to both the 7 cents and what Seth Coaching calls about the connection economy, like keep doing what you want to do and keep doing it and tell people about it until you become better at doing it. That's part of the failing and the learning. So, but you have to have the learning process as well, not just the failing. So keep doing what you do and get feedback from people, prototype, experiment, and see. And for like in the connection perspective of this, we are now in a world where we can find anyone across the world that in some way understands what we are about, what we do. That's how I found Rihan on the other side of the world in Pakistan, and through Batola and people like that. And I found uh, Ben that we talked about yesterday, who is in New England in United States, and so many people have been finding throughout the connected that resonates with me. And in a connected world, this is fairly possible. From like an entrepreneur's perspective, this is called a long tail. This has been around for 20 years. And that's what Amazon are using. This is um, there are some products and services that everyone knows of and everyone gets. Then there we have the long tail. It is the products and services that no one has heard of, but the select few, and how it was impossible to become an entrepreneur or do a marketing before we had internet and services like Amazon and that, because you couldn't reach your customers all over in a select few places all over the world. But now it's possible through the connection economy and that. So that means that whatever you do, you can find your fans or your customers all over the world. You just have to look hard enough and tell your story hard enough and become better at doing that, as well as listening in and experiment and prototyping, see what works and doesn't work. So continue to do that in the global world, but especially now during lockdown. How do we do it now then? What then you have to figure out that suddenly the world that has been digitalized and connected through internet for the last 25 years, suddenly there's a big boom now. During the last month, for a couple of weeks, so many people who haven't got what the internet is about suddenly understand it. It's not about sharing cat videos or Instagram photos in sunset, or sharing your vacation photos or your food photos and everything we make fun of about people sharing that. But it's about talking to people, and so many people are just doing their first video calls out now and connecting to people all over the world. So the world is waking up for the possibility of a connected world, and we should really take this opportunity when all of us sitting at home to really connect to the world. I went to this. We have the problem with our first webcam here in the studio in our live recording here. So I went to the store to get a new webcam, and they were out everywhere. I didn't. At first, I didn't get it, but when I walked into the third store and the clerk said, "What do you think?" Okay, yeah, right. Everyone's starting working from home for their um, desktop computer. They don't have a that doesn't have a built-in webcam. This I have two laptops before me. This is a laptop. So people didn't. I didn't really get the people. Many people still don't have a webcam on their stationary computer or don't have a laptop themselves. So this is a new world for many people who does the first video at home. Maybe they have one at work, but certainly not at home. And of course, everyone has a smartphone. So it's possible to do the video conference on your smartphone and your front camera, but people don't seem to get that either. So some people just thought they had to get all the webcams in the store. So we weren't able to get webcams, but now thanks to we switching to my MacBook Air 11 here, that we use that instead. We have a decent web camera on it. But there's always the possibility to use your phone if you work at home. Use your front camera. You get a tripod and you rig it up in front of you on the table, so you have computer there and you can have your phone there to do the video conference. But when you're live broadcasting like this, you can't. It's not very good to do it on the phone, because you need many features that's only available in the desktop version of Zoom and other things like that, if you are the host or the facilitator of the web call and stuff like that. So then it's good to have a good laptop or something with a good camera and everything built into it, or a stationary computer with a separate web camera and stuff. But the opportunity here is to really harness what's going on. So many people are going to suffer because some of the traditional business models in the food industry, in the entertainment industry, and in the event industry, in the sports and things like that, doesn't work anymore. So some people are gonna there's not just the solution for what they do, but some people are coming up with very creative ways to hack this now in a connected world. In my hometown Halmstad, they created a drive-in through where all the local restaurants can come and sell their food in a drive-through, so they don't go into a restaurant. So there's a drive-through for restaurants that usually don't have a drive-through. So that's a very interesting concept in itself. Haven't visited because they just put it up when I'm down here in Lomma in Skåne in southern Sweden. So I'm gonna visit and see how that works when I get back on Tuesday to Halmstad, my hometown. But came up with new ideas to solve interesting problems using internet or actually physical things like that to understand what happens in a time like that. And if you don't, search the internet, ask around, ask your network, if anyone in the world knows anything. Then we comes back to the concept of navigator that I've been talking so much about, but I will take it to again. In a complicated VUCA world that I talked about before, there is so much going on in society, so no man or person can keep track of it all. So the question I ask: who knows who does what and who helps everyone doing it? Not a single man or a person, but it has to be a global collective intelligence that does this. And they have, and so far we don't have a quantum trained AI who can do it for us. So it has to be a human who organized in a human network doing all this work for us so far. And then we need dedicated people all over the world doing the connection. I said, I come up with a term last night that I said, in a VUCA world, we need people handling VUCA. And then you could become a VUCA-ness handler. And that's also something I am or would do as a connector or a navigator. So a VUCA-ness handler, this is something I came up with. I was spawning along in my last night video here. And I will talk far more about that tonight, because as I'm sitting here speaking to myself and you all my guests, my brains and thought patterns around this changes as well. Like Rabbi said before this, that if every time you interact with a person or something like that, you change in it and it changes you back. So everything is constantly changes. It can be small changes, only nudging, or it can be big leaps as well, where you get an aha moment or stuff like that. Something has been brewing under the surface for a long time, and you suddenly see how it's all connected, and you get the aha moment, but for different various pattern matching and stuff like that. So keep doing this, take help, surround yourself with people, ideas online now that helps you further along. Help if you have a personal life crisis or anything, if you're stuck anywhere, health crisis and something like that, reach out to people online and try to organize and solve your current situation. People are willing to help all over the world. We are living in a global connected world. So find the people online in some way, or try to organize it locally, something that can help you with your situation and problem. Together we will problem solve ourselves out of this crisis. I truly believe that humanity is capable of doing it, and not going into panic mode and fear mode. That's not what we want. Even so, reach out to people, reach out to see what's going on in other places of the world. How have they solved the current problem you have? There's almost certainly somewhere in the world that already solved the problem you're working for. If it's not a super unique problem, or you're truly the first one having this problem. So that's how we start collaborating and building this human capacity of collective intelligence, where we collaborate all over the world. And that's going from the old mindset of close controlling and selective, to the new mindset of open, random, and supporting. My talks here are open, random, supporting. I have some Facebook groups and some messenger chats, and I just put the link up that now I'm live. Join in if you want to, and just people randomly showing up. Some I know about it beforehand, and some people just Jürgen last night just showed up and we talked for a bit. So it's very interesting to live in this world, being open, random, supportive, not trying to control things, just try to surf the wave or flow with the river, like the citation from Bruce Lee: "Be like water, flow with the flow with the river, flow around obstacles, and adapt to the current situation, and be open to obstacles and change and challenges that come before you, and ask for help and stuff like that." So that's how we connect the world in a better way, this way. So that's all part of understand the interconnectedness of all things, the enmeshment. So what ideas are you connected to? What people are you connected to? What dreams are you connected to? What experience are you connected to? What knowledge, what networks? Of course, we can't go to physical hubs now, meet people, but as soon as this crisis is over, we will, many of us will have rediscovered the human ability to go into a hub, what that means. But at the meantime, we build digital hubs like this, chat rooms, Zoom rooms, Facebook groups, and collaboration platforms where we can connect and share ideas and connections and connect the dots all over the world to actually go into this new era of humanity where we truly understand ourselves and our place here on Earth, and our place here in the solar system, our place in the galaxy, and our place in the universe. Whew. And for you to become someone in this network, be curious. Who are you in this process? What can you find out about yourself and the world we live in? Don't take things for granted. Things are complex. They're not complicated or simple anymore. So whatever answer you think you have, it's wrong. So be constantly curious to reevaluate your own positions, your own knowledge. Be curious about yourself and what the work you do. To constantly say, I'm onto something here. I don't have the whole picture. You will never hold the whole picture, but you're striving to constantly have a bigger picture, the search for wisdom and knowledge, the lifelong striving, the lifelong learning of understanding yourself and your place in your local place in the world, and your local and your place in the global world. So foster this trait, this skill of curiosity. Be curious about all things around you, and always use your gut feeling or your intuition to see, where am I going, where's the right path for me right now. And if you're truly lost, ask for help from a friend. There are so many people helping people along, coaches, guides, friends, future captains like me, captain future navigators, who can help people along and navigate their own life. That's what I came up. I have spent the last 7 years working on a model that I call Ikigai 4.0. So a friend of mine introduced me to the Ikigai model. I think it's 2013 or something like that. And I said, this is not how the society VUCA world works. So we have to have a more complex model to really map your life and help you navigate your own life. So that's when I came up with the Ikigai 4.0 model. I can speak later about that tonight. So we have about a couple of 3-4 minutes left here. So thank you everyone for staying with me so long, and wonderful to talk about this. So check it out there. Contact me and I can give you some links. I'll post them in the feed on my Facebook as well, about the 7 Sense. The physical book is good, the audiobook is good. There are 2 podcasts on SoundCloud, interviews that Joshua did, and there are also 2 YouTube videos, one that explains the concept and one that is an interview with Joshua. So it's very good because they add layers, a meta layer to what's not in the book as well. So they add additional information and knowledge around how you should think and act in the age of networks, this connected VUCA world we live in. And if you're interested in VUCA, you can find a lot about that and talk a lot about that. And if you're like me and want to become a VUCAness handler, please contact me and we develop this concept further and see how we can pitch this to, because I'm really interested to pitching this compass of vocalness, handler, navigator, weaver, connector, who can see where everything is enmeshed and connected in the world. So to understand that measurement, we need these people now, and we need to, and all the people who are doing this on and on, we need to connect in each other and help each other learn how to do this better, to find the opportunities and the edges where we can help the world most. Because this, I do this for the world. I'm truly committed to building a better place to live here on planet Earth, and that's why I do this, because I want to see a flourishing civilization and society that stands the test of time. And we do this together. So thank you, everyone. I'll see you later tonight when I talk more about booking pods, and also the Captain Future Show will be back with some more guests. And like Jürgen Bo said, you should do this every night. So maybe not every night, but like 3-4 nights when I'm available, because I travel and do lots of other events during nighttime. So I can't have a regular time when I'm available every night, because my whole life is a VUCA life itself. So it's very unpredictable. But I'll certainly try to have a chat room or a LinkedIn room, Zoom room open almost every night when I'm home or traveling, and whenever I can, so people can join in randomly and we talk about concepts like this. Certainly, I will continue to do this. I love talking about all this. So hit me up with ideas how we can scale this further. And I know Rehan have a lot of ideas, so he'll talk to me later tonight how we can scale up this new boom and an opportunity of connecting the world further now during a crisis of lockdown and quarantine. So thank you, everyone, for staying with me, and love you all. Let's stop this live stream. Bye.